Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and the other great millstone. Shalom to the elect. Bashem Chakwadash. My name is Jacobo from Plaintables Camp. This is the elder in DC going into Donald Trump's behavior. And I think he put Trump's mental health in there. Hearing about this for a little while now. Well, let's see what he's going into.
Peace and blessings be upon the hopeful elect, and double honors to our elders and apostles that came back in the reincarnation known as Great Millstone. Again, the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai. Rakah HaKodash means the Holy Spirit. That's what comforts and guides us in all understanding. All right, I just watched some news today. Just wanted to hit the button before it got too late. And the main thing was this press conference that the cruel Lord that we read about in Isaiah the 19th chapter. This was referring to the current president of the United States, Dusty Donald Trump. The reason why I call him Dusty is because when we read in Isaiah 47, it says, "Sit thou down in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon," because everything is confusing with this guy. Every time you see him, just to expect him to lie. Anytime he's on, really anytime you see these devils. But concerning this war at this point, you can't believe anything he says. All right, and the crashing out that he's been doing it's getting worse and worse. So I'm just gonna, you can go back and watch the press conference yourself. I'm not gonna play it, but I'm just gonna read some of these titles through the spirit and hit some precepts. This is from AOL. It says, doctors say Trump has all the signs of dementia. A fresh wave of concern over President Trump's mental health has emerged following an incendiary Easter message he posted on social media, prompting MS Now medical analyst Yahoo says Trump swats away questions about his mental health after profane truth social posts. I don't care about critics, because he came out and he said that he basically called the Iran the effing bastards, and then he said praise be to Allah right there.
In his post, praise be Allah, after he said it, the blaspheming their religion and all that. So he actually in an interview a couple of weeks ago or a month ago said that he took brain scans and all this stuff or mental health checks, and people were saying, well, yeah, because you probably were required to because your mental faculties were slipping probably. So him admitting that he took brain scans was him trying to act like he was doing like health checkups when it really was he may have had some problems is why he was taking the scans. But he's just a puppet. He's not really in a pilot seat. He's like he's in a pilot seat, but the artificial intelligence with the powers that be are behind him. All right, because autopilot is artificial intelligence. So the powers that be, I'm comparing that to them. So these are flesh and blood people. So you go to Habakkuk 2, it says in the 5th verse, "Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeneth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth into him all nations, and heapeth into himself all people." Because he's always over the sea, he's over the seas and the airs because he can control trade. But from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, he had control over all the earth, at least those areas, but really the whole earth. And where I want to look up, neither keepeth at home, but nah, no, not but nah, Noah. To beauty adorn, to dwell, abide, keep at home. To dwell, abide, keep at home. In another sense, it'll mean to beautify. All right. But to dwell, to keep at home. All right. It says neither keepeth at home. Let me see this. Go up here. Desires as hell. La'ah. And not keep it home. Because if he doesn't keep it home, he's going to be destroyed. So he has to go out to the nations to subjugate them, because otherwise, America would have been finished a long time ago. So they have to keep control of the seas and the skies and the currency. If they don't, they're done. America's done. All right. This says U.S. strikes Iran Karg's island as Trump threatens end of whole civilization. Photos, video explosions have reportedly rocked the strategic Iranian energy hub, which handles about 90% of the country's oil exports. So I believe that's where they send the oil to that island to be exported. I believe the oil actual extract is in the mainland. So if this is the actual island, I'm not sure. I believe that's what they're implying. This is the island. It's only a short 6-second clip. Unless that's Iran they're showing. I don't know. So the mainland, I mean. Why Iran is becoming Trump's forever war. And he's the one that said no new wars. So he's definitely a liar. And this is B-52 bombers have been seen taking off from Fairford in the UK. Yeah, it's the Third World War for a reason. Because America was biblically Babylon military active. Let's check this one out.
We call on the international community to take urgent steps to de-escalate the situation and to help protect the lives of all civilians. The United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, deplores the tirade incendiary rhetoric being used in the Middle East war over the last couple of weeks by all parties, including the latest threats to annihilate a whole civilization and to...
He's reading the teleprompter, but I mean, that's why he's moving like that. And that's what Donald Trump effectively said. Well, the Trump administration. So it's attacking civilian infrastructure, meaning power and oil. So if you're attacking the nation of Iran, not just the military. So that'll be a total war at that point, and that's when the Iranians threatened to end oil exports from Arabia.
Target civilian infrastructure. This is sickening. Carrying through on such threats amounts to the most serious international crimes. Threats that spread fear and terror among civilians are unacceptable and must cease immediately. Under international law, deliberately attacking civilians and civilian infrastructure is a war crime. Anyone responsible for international crimes must be held to account by a competent court. We call on the international community to take urgent steps to de-escalate the situation and to help protect the lives of all civilians.
United Nations Human Rights Officer of the High Commissioner. Those are his statements. Alex Jones losing his mind. He's on the orange man's cock all the time, so I guess he's tweaking right now.
I am in the twilight zone right now. I am officially in the twilight zone right now. And I'm sitting there watching Trump wreck MAGA, wreck the Republicans, wreck the world economy, maybe wreck the planet physically. And then I'm just looking over at the Democrats smiling and giggling and everything else when they did nothing in Congress to block this. Playing with...
They're all working together. So whether that's true or not, they're working together behind the scenes. Now, what did the Republicans do behind the scenes or in front to block it? You know, this they got to bring that. While I'm hearing is the theory is that they want to crash global economy and cause a mass famine, massive humanitarian crisis, and then bring in the that microchip. So it may operate, you know, it may happen like that, or it may happen another way. But we know it's going to happen. We believe it's definitely going to happen.
Fire, gambling again. There should be a coalition of Republicans and Democrats, and they should vote in on the war powers and say you don't have it, and they should cut the damn funding of this. My God, what's it going to take? Trump ending.
Dude, Trump is your guy. Trump is your. Is this
Damn.
AI? He did not just say that. He's on his sausage all day, every day.
And giggle.
That dude, Owen Schroyer, the dude with the beard, the short guy with the beard, that allegedly was there on January 6th or something like that. This so-called storm in the Capitol. He
Smiling
got fired.
and
I believe he fired him, or he left because he thought he about to be fired. He left for creative differences or something like that. Owen Schroyer, and I believe I'm not Trump. Alex, like, if you start bad mouthing Trump again, we got to let you go, something like that. So what the hell are you doing?
with Fox.
I didn't let him finish speak. Let me maybe didn't bad mouth him. All right, he was really close to.
Playing with fire, gambling again. There should be a coalition of Republicans and Democrats, and they should vote in on the war powers and say you don't have it, and they should cut the damn funding of this. My God, what's it going to take? Trump ending the world?
This is the one, like the number one supporter, underground anyway, of the Orange Man, the Orange Devil. How dare he say that? One more time. For those of y'all who are familiar with AJ, you know he's him and Trump, they should be together.
I am in the twilight zone right now. I am officially in the twilight zone right now. And I'm sitting there watching Trump wreck MAGA, wreck the Republicans, wreck the world economy, maybe wreck the planet physically. And then I'm just looking over at the Democrats smiling and giggling and everything else when they did nothing in Congress to block this. Playing with fire, gambling again. There should be a coalition of Republicans.
Playing with fire, gambling again. Isn't that what the Republicans are doing too? It's not a left-right thing. It's the whole head is sick on the Edomite side.
And Democrats, and they should vote in on the war powers and say you don't have it, and they should cut the damn funding of this. My God, what's it going to take? Trump ending the world?
Yeah, how dare you say that? That must be AI. What's this? Iran is home to as many as 20,000 little hat people, more than half of them living in Tehran. So that video up here probably was in Tehran, not the Carg Island. So this video. But I thought the Iranians were anti-STEM. When they got little hat people living in their country. They're stems themselves, so that's a very wild analysis. These were backward animals. I'm telling you, man, the propaganda is crazy. These were backward animals, like the Iranians people. They look worse than to me. Yeah, they look Western to me. I mean, but you know, the propaganda is like You got a lot of Neanderthals, people that they're just sick. There's zombies. They're zombies. They're zombies. Who was it? Chris Murphy in the Age of Creeping Russian Federation. Balance resolution
was not able to support a text that would generate a dangerous precedent for international law of the sea, for any international efforts at peace, as well as for the authority of the Security Council of the United Nations. Back when Security Council Resolution 2817 was being negotiated, we called upon all Council colleagues to adopt a balanced and an objective approach. Similar, equitable messages have already been repeatedly broadcasted by the Secretary General of the United Nations, calling upon the United States and Israel to end the war and calling upon Iran to cease attacks on its neighbors. Disregard for the root causes of the crisis in the Middle East, namely the illegal and reckless acts by the U.S. and Israel targeting Iran, is not possible and not acceptable. Our and the Secretary General's calls fell on deaf ears then. Nevertheless, we understand the situation of the countries of the GCC and Jordan, and therefore we abstained during the vote on Resolution 2817. This was not an easy choice for us. However,
it says Russia vetoed a UN resolution because it was not able to support a text that would generate a dangerous precedent for international law. Moscow's permanent representative to the organization, Vasily Nebrenzia, explained. Here. It says Iran's Revolutionary Guard warned of bordered retaliation, saying any crossing of Tehran's red lines would trigger a response beyond the region, adding that it would target infrastructure to deprive the United States and its allies of oil and gas in the region for years. Right. So today's Tuesday, I believe the deadline. And the video will be up tomorrow morning. It says separately, Trump urged Iran to reach a deal before the deadline, warning that a whole civilization will die tonight if no one agreement is reached. Yeah, so that's the threat of J side. Just threatening to bomb them in the dark ages, but no power is able to be used. And it could be a war crime, but remember, he's obsessed with blood, and blood is nothing for Esau. And they don't follow the own laws that they helped to create. So, hypocrisy is thy name.